The best productivity comes from being unproductive. Welcome back to my channel, friends. I'm Ben Lee. Super excited to be talking about today's idea, how to build maker time every single day. And what is maker time? Maker time is something that's going to allow you to become the best version of yourself, personally or professionally. It might be drawing, sketching, meditating, podcasting. It's something that's going to increase your ability to learn more and ultimately reach your goals. We don't do this by just writing emails or having Zoom meetings. The way we grow is by allocating time every single day to growth and adopting that growth mindset. So here's some of the tricks that I've learned to enable growth and most importantly, find a consistent rhythm to accomplishing maker time. First things first, maker time has to be scheduled. It's gotta be on your calendar. Even if it's just playtime or surf time or yoga, it's gotta show up on your calendar. So let's say your block is from 4 to 6 p.m. Every single day you should have that allocated, just like any other meeting. The best ideas come from our brain when we're not actually trying to access them. These are some of the approaches that I've used in order to successfully unlock maker time every single day. 5 a.m. Club has been a really interesting framework. I try not to get too obsessed with following every single day, but there are things that I really like to cherry pick, like read, review, learn. This is a tab that I have in my task management app, Todoist, and every single morning for 20 minutes, I always apply some growth learning into my morning routine. This can be a podcast, it can be a book, it can be Duolingo, it can be anything that gets my brain going and just learning. Allocating time off and doing digital detoxes are so important. I just got back from taking 4 days of complete offline time. No memes, no Instagram, no Ukraine-Russia conflict, no pandemic news, nothing. And I feel so much more recharged. I feel like we're gonna need to start teaching this in schools, how to actually get offline time. Now, it's difficult to do this for probably more than a day or two, so start slow. Start adopting a routine, even every Friday. You can make it the Sabbath, you can make a Friday evening ritual where you only do technology from a certain block of time, and then the rest you're just completely offline. You're reading, you're writing, you're meditating, you're doing something that doesn't require you to be consuming content and having all the neurotransmitters firing all the time like we do every single day. I also do this when I'm doing envisioning work, meaning if I'm trying to do a vision map, if I'm trying to set goals, I typically choose a really beautiful, inspiring location to get super inspired from, and I take 2 days just for this type of work. So I log out of my emails, I try not to be as available on the chats. I put an out of office reminder. I tell my team, I enable a notification on Slack. Typically it says vacationing. I use a nice palm tree emoji, and that's when I do my deep work. With remote work now, it's become a lot blurrier. What is work time and what is playtime? So my recommendation is not doing playtime or maker time in the same place that you're living and working. Getting an Airbnb, going to a friend's house or going to a cabin in the woods or going to Joshua Tree, wherever you get inspired, that's where I recommend you do it. The environment change and that little change in the location makes a humongous difference because you're not bringing in any associations or even traumas. So many people are actually traumatized from where they live because of the pandemic. They stayed in their small apartment in New York City, their babies were crying all the time, their wives or husbands were screaming at them all the time, and they couldn't get any work done. So naturally, they're not feeling that inspired being home anymore. So if you want to do that deep focus or maker time, sometimes it's best to get out of the house. For me, moving to Costa Rica was all about creating more maker time. For the last 10 years, I wasn't really doing a whole lot of maker time. I was dealing with sales, I was working on marketing campaigns, I was catching up on the never-ending task of my inbox zero and trying to stay ahead of emails. I wasn't actually doing work that inspired me. I wasn't really working on cool side projects. I almost felt guilt and shame when I wanted to work on side projects. Like I felt like I didn't have the time or I wasn't putting my energy into the right places. So coming back to my state of inspiration and finding my creative genius zone all over again, moving to a totally different environment, being able to allocate time to the work like I'm doing now, which is making YouTube videos, writing, and just really connecting to the stuff that gets me charged. Like, there's nothing that's more inspiring for me than making these videos. And that's why I'm really excited about being super consistent about it. So that's my suggestions on how you can be implementing more consistent maker time. Remember, it's gotta go on the calendar or it just doesn't count. And it can be virtually anything. So love to hear what you guys do for your maker time or defocus time. So always, please feel free to comment below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.